In the 21st century, the human mind faces a constant stream of information. Social media algorithms, engineered to maximize engagement, prioritize content that aligns with our pre-existing beliefs. Very quickly, the informational loop closes in, isolating users within closed digital environments. At the same time, hustle culture glorifies relentless professional ambition and endless work. Driven by an economic model that demands infinite growth, this push for material accumulation strips the earth of its natural resources. The result is a dual crisis: global climate degradation and a widespread epidemic of psychological burnout. These pressures create a state of constant anxiety. Driven by the fear of missing out, or FOMO, modern individuals regularly outsource their critical thinking to digital tribes. We seek validation through performative activism, engaging in social causes primarily to secure likes and follows, rather than acting on internal truth. In the early 1800s, an American philosophical movement called Transcendentalism addressed this exact dynamic. Originally born as a rebellion against 19th-century institutions, the movement provides a framework for protecting the modern mind and body. By analyzing their methods, we can find the strategies needed to navigate the challenges of the 21st century. Emerging in New England during a period of rapid industrialization, Transcendentalism discarded bleak Calvinist doctrines of human depravity. Instead, the movement argued that society and its emerging industrial factories corrupt the purity of the individual. They prioritized human intuition and the divinity of the natural world. Their belief in the worth of every human being compelled them to fight systems of subjugation. When the Fugitive Slave Act legally required citizens and free states to assist in capturing escaped slaves, the Transcendentalists viewed the law as a moral corruption and actively opposed it. This commitment moved from abstract essays to direct political action. A group known as the Secret Six funded the radical abolitionist John Brown, proving the movement's dedication to moral principle over human legislation. Despite these victories, the movement faced valid historical criticisms. Absolute self-reliance risked creating spiritual elitism, where individuals viewed those who disagreed with them as morally inferior. Furthermore, the ability to retreat into nature was an economic privilege afforded only to those with financial safety nets. Governing a complex society requires infrastructure and compromise that strict individualism often undermines. However, while their utopian vision had practical flaws, the movement's lead architects successfully developed methods for personal independence that remain applicable today. Ralph Waldo Emerson served as the chief intellectual architect and theorist of the movement. Emerson developed the concept of the oversoul, the idea that all living things are connected to a single universal spirit. He argued that to connect with this truth, individuals must shed the layers of tradition and societal expectations that encumber the mind. Emerson warned that society everywhere is in conspiracy against its members. Today, that pressure manifests as algorithmic conformity. This diagram illustrates an algorithmic echo chamber. Social systems theory explains how communication networks form boundaries. Here, the central node is insulated by self-reinforcing data. By deferring to digital feeds, we replace personal context with algorithmic influence, causing our intellectual self-reliance to atrophy. The Emersonian solution requires the active reclamation of intellectual autonomy. This means treating digital feeds as resources to be kept on tap, not on top. Instead of passively consuming information, we must triangulate insights and question the assumptions of the digital crowd. Acting as a conductor who synthesizes various inputs creates a form of mental armor. Emerson's mandate for self-reliance protects mental health, resists the effects of echo chambers, and preserves the integrity of independent thought. Henry David Thoreau acted as the practitioner who subjected Emerson's theories to real-world stress tests. Thoreau lived at Walden Pond for 2 years, stripping his life down to the bare essentials to separate true needs from superficial distractions. He sought to discover the requirements of human survival and happiness through direct labor. Critics often highlight the contradictions in Thoreau's life. His retreat to nature was tied to industrial capitalism. His family's successful pencil-making business funded his lifestyle and the publication of his books. However, Thoreau's objective was experimental rather than strictly survivalist. He wanted to measure the point where continuous labor for material wealth yields diminishing returns. He believed that merging the mind with the reality of nature would lead to intellectual clarity. His integration with the environment yielded meticulous scientific records. Today, climate scientists compare Thoreau's original journal entries from the 1850s against modern data to measure how plant life cycles shifted due to global warming. As humanity reaches the planet's ecological limits, minimizing material needs becomes a necessary strategy for survival. Adopting Thoreau's focus on deliberate living provides a framework for curing burnout and respecting the Earth's resource limits. Emerson and Thoreau demonstrate that Transcendentalism requires active engagement with the world. The movement functions as a defense of the individual conscience against the corrupting influence of the masses. Synthesizing Emerson's intellectual framework with Thoreau's practical methodology creates a toolkit for modern life. When intellectual autonomy and material simplicity converge, they forge a core of resilience. This resilience acts as a shield, repelling the pressures of digital groupthink and the exhaustion of endless growth. To be a modern transcendentalist means consciously curating what enters your mind and simplifying what you require for your life. It is the realization that true confidence comes from within.